Oh yes, we got to stun on them a little bit. So it's probably obvious I am a fan of Viola Davis. If she shows up, I'm gonna be there. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. What's up, guys? Now we have G20 is going down. Like I said, Miss Viola Davis. This is streaming on Amazon Prime Video for you to enjoy in the comfort of your own home. This is rated R, coming in at 1 hour and 48 minutes, being described as an action thriller. Now, this is being directed by Miss Patricia Riggin, and I'm not too familiar with her off the top of my head, but when I scrolled down and looked at her filmography, I am a fan of Law and Order SVU. Everything else on her list, I don't think I've seen, but if you are a fan of this young woman's work or you've seen anything and have an opinion, please let me know down in the comment section below. So when I first saw the trailer for this movie, I'm not gonna lie, I really wasn't excited about it. It did appear a bit generic, like, okay, we've seen this before, but you threw Viola Davis in. I said, oh, okay. She's not really known as an action junkie, but she was in The Woman King. And I feel so 50-50 about that movie. I mean, there were some great things about it, and there were some other things that I really didn't care for. Go check out my review. But I mean, it's Viola Davis. She is one of the best actresses in Hollywood, and this is going to be more of a physical role for her. But hey, it's Viola Davis. I'm definitely going to give it a chance. Those are my expectations. Wasn't too high. I was open, thought I would have a lot of fun. So before I get into all the nitty gritty, before I talk about all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what this film G20 is all about. Terrorists take over the G20 summit, with President Sutton bringing her governing and military experience to defend her family, company, and the world. All right, guys, the very first thing that I liked about this film is the whole family dynamic. You have Viola Davis as President Sutton, her husband, Anthony Anderson. And I'm not a diehard fan of Anthony Anderson, but I am a casual fan. Pretty much everything I've seen him in, at the very least, he's done a decent job. And then you also have Marsai Martin. They were in the show together, Blackish, a number of years ago. And I believe this is the first time they've been on screen together since then. They do have great chemistry. That was pleasant. And the other child, Mr. Demetrius Sutton, played by Christopher Farrar, I've never heard of him before, but he was pretty good too. I usually don't care too much for children in movies. There's about 50-50. The success ratio is not the same as adults. I either like them or I really just dislike them. But I liked them in this film. One was funny, one was smart. They got along. They really wasn't doing anything stupid or ignorant throughout the film. And I like that. I don't want to be hitting my head like, oh my gosh, why would you do that? The terrorist is going to shoot you. It was nothing like that with the kids. So that is refreshing. I did not expect that, or really just across the board, except for one scene, which I will talk about later. As far as the relationship between Anthony Anderson's character Derek and President Viola Davis, President Sutton, I really like that too. She is the leader of the country. She is the leader of the White House, but they didn't put Anthony Anderson's character in the back seat. While she was the leader of the country, he was still the leader of the family, of the household, and he did respect her. There were moments and times to where he had to make a decision to say, hey, I know I may want to go this route, but me and my wife, we talked about it. When we're in this situation, when these circumstances are going down, we have to execute plan C. That was the agreement. I like that right there. I really do. You can tell that they were putting 100% on the forefront to save their family so they can get the best outcome in whatever situation that they were in. And also, I mean, this is a Black family in the White House, okay? That is just nice to look at it. We've seen Black presidents before, but I don't think we've seen an entire family where it's husband, wife, and kids all in the White House together. I may be mistaken. Let me know down in the comment section below. Now, of course, we did have the Obama administration, but I'm talking about fiction, like in movies or television. And while they have all this power and authority and access to resources, they still felt like a real family. They were going through all the things that a normal family would go through. That just kind of helped ground the whole situation and made you attach yourself to the character a little bit more. Next thing I liked about the film is the action. There was a lot of it. It did take a while for the film to get spicy, But once it did, you're gonna be like, oh man, okay, do we need a break or something like that? I'm exaggerating a little bit. I mean, the action was cool. I really did enjoy it, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that I've never seen anything in this film before. We've all seen it before, but this is still a fun time, and it's a good mixture of everything. There's a little bit of hand-to-hand, knives, random weapons the characters find here and there, missiles, explosions, etc. I really did like all that. And Viola Davis, she did show up as well. I talked to her just a moment ago as far as her family, but by herself, I mean, she was doing her thing. Nothing was forced, nothing was shoehorned or anything like that. She actually felt like she belonged in the role, and I do appreciate that as well, because a lot of times that is not the case. Now, they did have her time to shine where it was just her with her gun and going through and taking out bad guys and all of that great stuff. And it was cool. It was nice. But for Viola Davis, I was okay. You go, girl, do your thing. I see you. You know what I'm saying? I may want to see this again. So great job there. As far as the villain is concerned, Mr. Anthony Starr, who is playing Homelander on the current show right now, The Boys, I do need to catch up on that. I'm only on season 2. Don't unsubscribe. Okay, I promise I'm going to catch up. I liked him too. He did get a bit comical towards the end, just like losing his mind, not knowing what to do, panic, and that kind of took the thread away. It kind of did dilute the stakes just a bit. But for the most part, he was a villain that I was like, okay, he is not playing around. Okay, you need to take him seriously. He's going to execute these hostages, okay? If you do not give him what he wants, if you do not adhere to his demands, people are going to die, and people did die in this movie. And some of it came out of nowhere. I was like, damn, okay, he just blew this person's face off, or wow, he just slashed this person across the face. Like, he is ruthless, and he's not playing around any game. So, I mean, I like that there. I also liked in the film how they're just kind of keeping up with the times as far as technology when it comes to artificial intelligence, cryptocurrency, and it is relatable how all of these world governments right now are not getting along. And, you know, we can all relate to that in present day. So that's kind of cool too. Sometimes you want to escape when you go to the theater, but sometimes you just want your own story told in a different perspective that can kind of shine some light in your own life. There was just a good mixture of that too. My only complaint in the movie is there was one dumb decision from one character in the whole movie. I was just like, oh my gosh, why did you not shoot this person? You missed an opportunity right there. It wasn't golden. It may have been platinum. So that was kind of like a little eye roll. But other than that, there really wasn't too much in this film that I could complain about. Now, it does have its generic themes, but I mean, a lot of movies do, and I wasn't expecting that much anyway. Again, there are stakes in this film. They were able to add in little dashes of comedy here and there without taking the stakes away, because it's really hard to mix comedy and action, in my opinion. Marvel does not do a great job with that a lot, but again, this is not a Marvel movie. I did see this in theaters, and if it was playing in theaters, I don't know how enthusiastic I would be to recommend it. However, if you just gotta watch this at home, you're gonna have a good time. This is a crowd pleaser. It has great rewatch ability to it. And I mean, it's just a fun movie. It's like I said, it's a crowd pleaser. I mean, the movie is not taking itself too seriously, but it's not like a goofball fest as well. I mean, it's a respectable movie that I think you will have a great time at home. So I do recommend the movie to you. If I had to rate it out of a 1 out of 10, I will give my rating for it at the very end of the movie. But subscribe to the channel, guys, if you like my opinion, if you like my energy. I would really, really appreciate it. My name is B. Avery. That's just my opinion. And again, G20 out of a 1 out of 10, I will give it a 7 out of 10. Yes, a 7 out of 10. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Peace.